Hi, welcome to your local general gaming goods, where you can get all your gaming news and opinions straight from your local car dealership. Today we delve into our favorite video game characters, what we're playing, E3, and Donkey Kong Country. My name is Shelby Saxton, at Shelby_GGG_podcast on Instagram.
I'm Summer Castleman, some art blog at Tumblr and Instagram.
My name's Alicia Johnson, at Alicia Jo on Twitter.
And I'm Schuylar Hudson, at Average Narwhal on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. How can we help you today?
Welcome to General Gaming Goods.
It's gonna be a wild time.
They left immediately. You said that, and they all
clicked
No, I don't blame them.
That was like if you had been like, it's gonna be wild.
No, there was
No,
this.
it
Okay,
was-
I was trying to get. I worked as a lifeguard for a while, and I was trying to get a bunch of the lifeguards to sign up for my lifeguard games team, which is like a big competition with lifeguarding skills in the state. And I was telling them, and I was like, guys, you should totally do it. And then I said, because it's the swaggiest competition on this side of the Alps.
So they all joined your team,
Don't,
right?
yeah.
No.
Don't worry.
How?
Our team name was #GuardSwag, but hashtag was spelled out to imply the irony.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever.
I don't believe
I just
We won.
cringed into the next
Nice.
dimension.
Don't worry, we won.
You won?
Yeah.
So what were the games?
Are you kidding? I was on well, you do. No, it's not games. It's skills.
Literally just call them games.
Well, they're called the guard games.
Listen, this is a video game podcast.
So it had
I
to
None
be
of this
games.
real life stuff.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
You can't just use the word games or willy-nilly. Alright,
Sorry.
what's our question of the day, quickly?
Speaking of this, if
Say
you have a
quickly.
question,
It's devolving quickly.
It is. If you have a question for us on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or anything, contact us and ask us a question that you want us to answer. If you do, we will give you a shout out.
Or ones that you don't want us to answer, and we'll just read the question and then be quiet.
We have to
For
do.
30 minutes.
The whole podcast.
The whole
We'll
podcast.
dedicate it to your question.
It'll be one question, and then we will be quiet about it. The whole 30 minutes. We'll stand here. We'll record for full 30 minutes. You'll hear,
Sniffles.
you'll just hear...
Maybe we'll do a little
Terrible.
I was
ASMR.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
No, none of that.
Sorry.
Alright.
Anyway,
For now, the
Anyway.
question I'd like to ask you guys, we're going to start with Schuylar, is what or who is your favorite video game character?
Oh my gosh.
what? You didn't
I feel
prepare me
like
for this.
I should do like not from the Zelda games because
Oh, mine was gonna be Zelda. Do I
well
have to do
everyone
something
knows.
else?
I feel like
Zelda.
no
Yeah,
because
get
I feel like
something not from
everybody
Zelda.
knows that those are our
Yeah.
favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like everyone
I'll
knows
do
that
one
Link
from
is
Zelda.
my number one
But
homeboy.
Link's not mine.
I mean, but someone from Zelda. Everybody
It's
knows
okay,
that,
yeah,
which is
okay.
fine.
I'll
So
do
now
two.
I have to think for a second.
Yeah,
You don't have to go
you-
first.
Oh, so you came up with the question, Shell.
Oh, the
so do
reason
you
I
want-
wanted someone else to go first is because I didn't think about it,
But you
and now
wrote
I
it.
have to
We
think
are
about it.
professionals.
We're very good about
Okay.
this. It's very hard to choose because there's so many. that are
Okay,
good.
wait, I got it,
What is it?
and I'm kind of cheating.
Is it Zelda?
No,
Is it kind of Zelda?
no,
Oh, okay.
What is it?
it is Yang Xiaolong from Ruby Grim Eclipse.
Oh, that's very cheating.
Can I
is
do
that a
that one?
game?
It's a
I'll
game.
let
Yeah, it's a
you.
game.
Well, it's a
That's
game.
like if I
It's a
said
game
you-
based on an anime.
That's like if I said to you, my favorite video game character is Tucker from Red vs. Blue.
My favorite
No,
video
'cause
game
he's not
character
in the
is
video game.
Homer Simpson from Hit and Run.
Acceptable. See, that's
Exclusively from the Hit and Run universe.
like.
The expanded cinematic. I'm just kidding.
My favorite character
you know what
is
kind of
Marty
train this is?
McFly from Lego Dimensions.
10 out of 10. Do support.
So good.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'll let
That's
you do that. That's okay.
I can do
That's
Yang
valid,
Xiaolong.
kind of.
Okay, I've been playing Ruby Grim. So, Alicia, who's your favorite game character?
Finish your sentence.
Nope.
Recover. Get
Nope.
back up.
Grim
it's
Eclipse?
too
I
late.
am
Rub some
dead.
dirt in it.
Is
Let's
there
go.
a story mode, or is it just?
Yeah,
all-
no, the whole game's a story.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is
and you
it
can
rated
play
by them?
online and just and it's all voice acted by the same original voice actors.
Who made it?
Nice.
Who's the game designers for it?
That's Rooster Teeth.
Rooster Teeth did not design
said
that game.
that
There's no way.
The-
I want to say the Machinima or something like that, but I think that's
Like
wrong.
Machinima, the YouTube channel.
well, listen,
No, there's
Machinima
a
logo.
Machinima. Yeah, like that little M.
You're just
Yeah,
digging
that's
yourself
the
into
YouTube channel.
No, I
hole.
swear that they
Deeper
do
hole.
games.
No.
This is a mess.
Well,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, okay, Alicia,
So
go.
I'm doing one from Zelda because I have to, and then
fine.
one from a
Tingle.
different game. No, he's the worst.
I love
Uh,
Beetle.
Okay, obvious from aside from the main characters because that's how do you pick?
Yeah.
But from Majora's Mask, the Skull Kid, for sure my favorite because he's the worst because he's the villain, I guess.
But he's
of
a
the
good
game.
character.
But he's a good character and he's super complex and it's the mask, the Majora's Mask is making him bad, not the not himself, and that's why I love him. Yeah.
Publisher is Rooster Teeth, so I was right.
Don't interrupt
Publisher
me.
was the developer.
Jordan Scott and Rooster Teeth Games.
Really?
So
So
Rooster
they
Teeth.
did make it.
Wacky.
Yeah,
That's
so
really
I'm prepared to
cool.
fight you to the death.
Well, you said it was a
I
YouTube
literally
channel,
did
so I
that
don't feel
to
bad.
see if anyone would
I just
notice.
cringed again. Gosh. Is this a test?
No.
Okay.
Bye, Skylar.
Bye.
Peace out.
So, in the latest podcast news, Schuylar's gone forever. Are we even going to be able to publish this
it was
one?
lit, everyone.
It's been lit.
It's
fam.
been
That was
lit.
really good.
Welcome back. Oh my gosh.
Buddy. Oh my gosh, this is anarchy.
Oh yeah, this is bad.
It's okay.
All right,
We'll
moving
recover.
forward. So
So-
Skull Kid was your first.
Yes,
one.
from Zelda. And then I was thinking really hard about my other one, and I really think it's Amaterasu from Okami. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, she's
cool.
so cute.
Say that 10
And-
times fast.
I won't. And
Fair.
she's just bad A, but she's like this wolf, and she can do all this crazy stuff, and I just love that game so much.
Yeah.
So there's mine.
It's really pretty. It's literally like artistic. The game. Like
Yeah.
if you're looking for a
Wolves.
game that's based purely around not just gameplay, but where one of the main focuses of the
Is,
game
like,
is
the
the
art
art
style.
I thought that you were going to say based around art, and I was going to be like, Epic Mickey.
Okay.
True.
But
Slam.
Epic Mickey is a really good game.
I know.
I have
love
not
Epic
played it.
Really?
No,
It's
I
fun.
haven't. So
It's a good one.
I you're right. It's because I've played games where visually it was really cool. I just bought one on the PlayStation Network. Abzul, I think is what it was called.
Oh, Abzu.
Abs.
It's
there it
Journey
is.
Underwater.
See, now I didn't like it. It was visually pleasing, but no story. I didn't know what I was doing the whole time. I was like,
Have you
"What
ever
is
played Journey?
what?"
Journey, the game in the sand with the red person with the hood.
No, but I want to.
Yeah, it's the same
heard
thing.
of-
Then you won't
okay.
like it.
Never mind. So maybe I don't want to. But yeah, I like story. I'm
Yeah.
obviously a big fan of Legend of Zelda because there's this whole thing behind it and purpose. But Okami also had that awesome story with the art style. So I was
Yeah.
very pleased. But yes, there are mine. Who's next?
Scott Shelby.
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this since I started, and I think I'm gonna choose. I've been trying to think should I choose someone from Persona, or should I choose someone from Persona? I don't know. I can't think of another game where I'm like, oh, that character really stands out. Like Witcher 3, of course. Geralt.
What about Fallout?
Fallout. Oh,
Or-
your dad in Fallout 3.
Or,
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, my dad.
yes.
That's my favorite
Or-
character.
Why is he your dad?
Bioshock.
He's your dad. That's
Oh,
a good one.
you,
but-
you know what? Actually, we're gonna go with Bioshock today. I'm gonna say that Booker DeWitt is my favorite video game
Booker,
character.
cool.
I love Booker. Ooh, he and me, we're buddies. We've been through a lot together on multiple occasions in
A lot of
different
people
universes.
have.
I was also there for a lot of it.
It's true. Summer's been there for 4 of them.
Yeah. I didn't mean to sound like the least interesting person on earth.
It's your turn, Summer.
Okay.
Yes.
I almost wanted to slam my...
Crisis?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with... And this is because I love this game series.
Do you want a drum roll?
No, that's okay.
I'm giving you a drum roll.
Garrus Vakarian from Mass Effect.
Space Boyfriend.
Space Boyfriend. And I was thinking about it because, I have... Oh, his picture's not up right now, but I know. Neither is my Spike picture. Anyway,
You
but
had to decide.
I have different pictures of all my video game boyfriends. So I have a Garrus Vakarian one, but yeah, I just love him. And the reason I decided him was because the other day I was on Tumblr and I saw someone posted a picture of him and I became emotional. I was like, space boyfriend. So then I went on this long train of just
Now-
looking at Mass Effect stuff.
So I lived Mass Effect through summer. Like, I sat next to her and was there through all of it. But if I went back and played as male Shepard, can I also have Garrus?
No, I'm pretty sure he's straight.
He's an alien.
Yeah.
That
So
doesn't-
sorry.
what?
What?
I'm
Are
confused.
you
So-
saying
You're
because
right.
he's an
Okay,
alien,
what okay.
he can't be straight?
Let me rephrase.
He's
He
interested
likes-
only in female Shepard?
Yes.
Well, that's just...
Because
The straights are at it
I would say
again.
characters in BioWare have sexualities. They're not like in Fallout where they're just like
Everyone's
bisexual,
pansexual.
Yeah, exactly. They like certain people will only date males, certain one will only date females. They will only like in Dragon Age, Cullen will only date humans and elves. He's not into that dwarf or
the-
Kinari business.
Kinari?
Yeah.
Really quick, how excited are you for Mass Effect Andromeda?
Oh, I can't actually. There are no words in the English language to describe how excited I am. I thought someone said the date it is released today, and I literally like sat there for like 5 minutes being like,
It's like March 17th, right?
yeah, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I think it's March 17th. It might not have even been the right date, but I think it was.
The point is, it's in March, and you're very excited. Do you know
Yeah,
who you're
I'll
gonna romance
check.
yet?
No, probably. Oh, crap, I think his name's Liam. I might have just made that up. Let me look when this game comes out. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right, we're gonna move
I looked
on.
it up, and yeah, you cannot romance
Garrus?
Garrus as male Shepard.
Love
bummer.
him.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to what you playing this week. It is what you play. This is the part of the show where we talk about what games we have been playing this week and recommend games for you, the listener, to play. Schuylar, what did you play this week?
Majora's Mask with Alicia.
Every week.
Well, until
It's
we
a
beat it,
long
and like
game.
it's a long game, and we aren't able to like sit down every day and play it for like multiple hours. Like it's like we have an hour here and an hour there. But then what was the game me and you played today?
Oh my God, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
I
Yes.
was having such a good time playing that game.
I was
Sounds like
talking
a
to
book title.
I was talking to Summer about it on the car, and I was like,
On the
on the car ride home. That's what I meant
While
to
we
say.
were
On the
hanging
car.
out on the car, Shelby gets like ties a jump rope to the steering wheel and just
Good.
kind of yanks it about.
It's
like
true.
each of you have one, and when you
Yeah.
have to turn one direction,
It's
one
really
pulls.
romantic.
It sounds dangerous, is what it sounds like.
Well, obviously you wouldn't know.
Next
so.
time I would like to join.
Okay.
Sounds good.
The point is, I was telling Summer about like we played it for maybe like 30 minutes at the most, and it was the most cooperative heavy game with the least gameplay out there. Like there are games I played with so heavy co-op, like that dungeon game, Dungeon Defenders. That one
love that game.
takes so much co-op, but it's so difficult, and there's so many different things to do, and it's so complicated. This one's literally like fire the gun or drive the ship, and that's like it. Or use the
Or
shield.
move the shield.
Yeah, and it's like super duper easy, and that's just very good to me, is that it does such a good job of being so simple and yet still the hardest thing in the
And
world.
it's the free game of the month right now
On
on
Xbox.
Xbox Live. So if you've got that, go ahead and download it and play it because it's
Find
silly,
a friend,
but it's
find a
fun.
friend to play it with, because that's
Find-
the best way.
Many friends.
Yeah.
Like if you can get all four of you, then you got one person working guns, one person driving the ship, one or two people working guns, one person driving the ship, and one person operating the shield, and you'll just be golden.
Yeah, you're gonna be really good.
In that game, can you have like computers? So like if you do
only,
have someone.
only if you're playing by yourself.
Okay.
If you're playing alone, you have a little pet that's a dog, and you give him whistle commands to tell him where to go and what to do, and then he automatically does
That
it.
sounds hard.
Well, it's just like, I think it's on the D-pad. I haven't played it with that. I just know
Yeah.
that because I saw the trailer.
Okay, real quick. This was like 10 years ago, but you guys moved on. But Mass Effect Andromeda comes out on March 21st.
Nice.
Just so everyone
It's the
knows.
first day of spring.
Yep, and March 23rd in Europe.
All right,
So that
Alicia,
was
what are you
it.
playing?
Majora's Mask. Skylar, bless you.
I'm so
Do you
sorry.
even want to be on this podcast anymore? I'm just kidding.
You're out of the band. So we are at, what is the temple called? I guess just the ice one where you're the Goron and you get the Goron mask. So that's where we are. We're about to go in. I've also been playing a lot of Donkey Kong Country. But we'll talk about that later. But that is what I've been playing this week.
Shelby, what have I been playing?
I don't.
Sims
Besides
4?
besides Fire Emblem Heroes,
Oh
nothing.
no! I've been playing. I started Awakening again.
That's true.
I have been playing Fire Emblem Awakening. And I've played it 1.5 times. I played it one time through all the way, and then like a year after I did that, which was like, so I played it like for the first time 3 years ago, and so yeah, probably about 2 years ago I started again, and I played it on hard, and I made it almost to the end, but I was doing all the paralogs, which are like side stories where you get the people's children. And it was so hard.
Like, that game is so long with the
So I didn't play for 2 years. So I stopped playing again and I started again. And I'm doing it on hard. And it's so hard. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad.
Freaking wiener.
But yeah, so that's what I've been playing. It's one of my favorite games. Again, it's one that makes me emotional. The like beginning animation started and I was like... So that's what I've been playing.
How far are you now?
I'm on, I think, chapter 4.
Oh man.
I only started like 2 days ago, and I have work and life, and I'm the art person for this podcast.
Wow, your life sounds
feel you.
really hard.
What?
I think we've all been playing Fire Emblem Heroes, though.
Yeah.
Except Alicia.
I'm sorry.
But I
Alicia's gonna
tried
be
to
a
get her.
lawyer.
She's just super busy.
So-
I'm trying so hard.
Anytime I say I'm busy, then I think about Alicia, and I'm like, never mind.
And I'm like, I do nothing.
Yeah.
Me and Schuylar both. We do this podcast and then barely work.
But you still work, though.
That's right. I
So
did get a
go
second
you
job
guys.
this week, so that was fun.
I'm supposed
sorry.
to start school next week.
Yeah, and your new job this
Yeah.
week.
Nice.
When? Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
that's pretty much all I played was Fire Emblem Heroes all week. I beat the story mode, and then I did like the story mode all on hard, and now I'm working on Lunatic, and
Ugh.
it gets harder.
What
Like,
level are your characters?
my characters are level 30 something.
Okay.
But it's a difficult game, and I got the 2 characters I wanted. I wanted Martha, I wanted Camilla, so that was pretty good.
Oh, I need to talk about my...
Yeah, you should. You should talk about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But really
So-
quick, the other game I played while you look that up and get the specific characters and like you can post it on Twitter. I also played Civ 5, Civilization 5. I like was just like one day I sat down and I said I want to play Civilization 5 on the PC, so I'm just gonna download it and play it. So I downloaded it and I started playing it for just kind of like fun reasons. Like I wasn't expecting to spend too long. I'm 8 hours into one game, and it is the most addicting, like fun. And you only need one hand to play it. You just like click,
Yeah.
click. Then you wait while the other players take their turns, and then you just click, and it's so easy but so complex, and it's just it's addicting.
Are you ready, Sky?
Yeah,
go
so I was playing Fire Emblem Heroes, and I have one of my main 4 is Kada, who is betrothed to Marth in the story, and I also love Marth, and I love Roy, and I was like, I want them. I would love to have both of them as characters, plus they're like super cool and probably super powerful. And so I was trying to get the pull or whatever, and so I was at like 23 orbs. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do it and do all 5 and hope I get it. And I got in there, and there were no red orbs, and I was like, are you kidding me right now?
You
Is
can
this-
only
is this real life?
summon Marth, Roy, and Lucina and anybody from the red orbs.
And so then I did that one summon and left, and then went and got 5 more orbs, and then came back, and still no red orbs. And so I did that summon. Well, I tried to like leave the game and like restart it and hope that like it would give me my orbs back and I could reset it, but it didn't. It just took me right back into the summoning. So I did that one and then went and got new orbs again and came back. And then the first orb, I hit the red one. I had 3 red ones. Yeah, is Robin a red one?
No,
No, Robin's a
Robin
blue
would
one.
be blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
What
had
are
2
the
red
orbs?
ones.
Explain.
Each
Oh, yeah, I was
orb
saying-
is a different color, and it summons a different type of hero. Red is the swords, and like, right? It's just swords
So
It's
And
add
red tomes.
and red tomes. Blue
I was saying,
is
hold on, wait, starting, hold on. So you get orbs from doing the missions.
okay.
And so then you can perform a summon. And it's best to have 20 orbs because each summon costs each summon costs a certain amount of orbs.
You're right.
And so you go into the summoning thing and like this, it's not a pentagram, but it's like something to that
it's a star.
effect.
It's a star shape.
Yeah. And so then there are,
At each corner.
and so each orb, so in the pentagram, every point is a color, and there's green or red or blue or clear. And so certain heroes, like depending on their like class, will be a certain color.
Right.
And so like it'll be 5 orbs for the first summon, and then 4 orbs for the next, and then 3 from then on, I think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's why you need.
And
No,
so,
I think
yeah.
it's 5, 4, 4, 4, 3.
Okay.
Only the last one's 3.
Okay.
But anyway, so I click on the red one, so I got 2 red ones, and I tap the red one, and it starts, and it's doing an animation. And I have never pulled one of the legendary characters, so I didn't know what was happening. I was like, oh, it was a 5-star, and then it was Marth, and it was a 5-star Marth.
Hate you.
And I was so excited, and I was like crying on my little sister, and she was like, Schuylar, that's so amazing, and then like gives me looks like filled with sarcasm, and I was like, I'm gonna kill you later. So then I did the next one, and I want to say that I just hit the next red orb, and I got Lynn, and she's also a 5-star. And then I did the blue one, and I got a 4-star Robin, all in one pull. I also got a Gordon and then another Archer girl that I don't remember. But
basically, because the 5 stars are the strongest, then 4 stars second strongest. To put that into perspective, for those of you who like either collect like cards or something, that's like getting 2 of the rarest possible cards you could get in a single booster pack.
yeah, I mean, they give you the like stats for like, or not the stats, the chances basically of getting each character in the section that you're like summoning from, and it's like
It's 3% chance
let's
to
see,
get a
appearance
legendary
rate.
hero.
Yeah, a 5-star
Legendary.
3%.
Yeah.
Wow.
in general, and then so I got 2 5-stars, and then a 4-star is 36%.
Yeah.
So overall it was a really solid, just good luck.
So is the point of this game to do the summons, or is
No,
there
the
like
point of
a
the game is
story?
there's like a story
Yeah.
to it.
Oh, okay.
But each character can only
Real quick, this
get
is a
such
mobile
high
game?
stats,
In case you don't know.
and it's
This-
free. Download it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so each character has like a base stats, and the higher stars, the higher their base stats are, which means as they level up. Like my 5-star Marth is almost as good at level 1. He's almost as good as like level 15s.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like yeah, they're really good.
okay, cool.
So you want characters that you know and love and whatever. So you like keep summoning to get
But
more.
it's
But yeah,
like-
you can beat the story.
I would say it's kind of a vicious cycle. It's one of those games where it's like you play the story because it's fun also, but you play the story so you can get the orbs, so you can summon your heroes, so you can have better heroes to play the story.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also like an arena, so where you can just like play against like
And they
computer
plan on-
versions of people.
They plan on updating the game bi-weekly, or not bi-weekly, bi-monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really fun. It's like collecting your favorite Pokemon, but it's all my favorite Fire Emblem characters.
It's really, really, really good. But yeah, that's what I played. I pretty much just played Fire Emblem all week.
This week in 30 seconds.
This week in news, Game Informer released a new issue covering 3 hours of Breath of the Wild gameplay. The representative detailed a dungeon and the first boss. More info on General Gaming Zelda. New Overwatch update released a Bastion buff. Was it too much or long overdue? Tweet us at GGamingPodcast. The new update also released server browsers, which allows players to create and share custom games. Bungie announced a huge patch for Destiny, updating shotguns and class abilities, which balances the weapon system, allowing players to rely more on their primary weapon. And finally, Netflix announced a Castlevania 3 animated series coming out this year. This has been your week in 30 seconds.
I want to start the big topic, the thing that it was announced today. We're recording on Wednesday the 8th, and it was announced today that E3 is going to be open to the public.
What?
Yeah. They're selling 15,000 tickets, and they're $250 a pop.
Oh,
Did you say the first?
The first 1,000 tickets are going to be $150.
okay. I feel like a scrub. But where do where does this take place?
I'm glad you're here. This is perfect. You're the
I
perfect
did.
person
I
to
asked him
explain
this
to.
morning as well.
It's
I
so
didn't
nice
know.
to have
So-
a scrub.
Hey,
It is because
I'm just
this way I can explain to the viewers who don't know what E3 is. For those of you who don't know who E3 is, or
Who?
what
Who
E3 is,
E3 is.
E3 is the Electronic Entertainment Expo. It happens yearly. I don't know since when. Look this up for me. Since when
Okay.
it's been happening, and it is basically a chance for big game companies to come out and announce all their new info. So,
Right.
for example, a game I'm sure you've heard of, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the
Yes,
Wild,
yes.
when it was announced, was
No.
announced at
What?
E3.
E3.
What is that?
Alicia's heard of E3. I just
Right. I just where is it?
Oh, it's in Los Angeles.
Okay. Okay, good. But I mean, I feel like it's also good that we.
Yeah, no, it's also good we
needed,
talked about
it
that.
needed to be disclosed, but it just happened in such a weird order, and I was like, I know Alicia knows what E3 is. Like,
I didn't.
She was
fine.
like excited when you said it was open to the public,
Yeah.
but it was just funny.
It's a big deal because in previous years it hasn't been
Yeah.
open to the public. It's been press and other developers and stuff like that.
Okay.
I know
And
you
then
can
when
get
is
tickets
it?
if you worked at GameStop.
Yeah.
Because you were part of the industry.
Yeah.
See, we also have a chance to get Warped Tour tickets. So hey.
Real quick, the first E3 was on May 11th, 1995. So yeah, it's gonna be the 12th E3 then.
That's pretty
Been going
good.
for 12 years.
And it's my favorite.
Wait,
like,
since
I-
1995?
Yeah.
It's definitely been more than 12 years.
Yeah.
Oh, did I just do really
Yeah,
bad?
you did.
math?
Yeah.
really good.
Because,
You're
like,
right.
it's been 20.
It's been 21 years. It'll
In
be
my
the 21st
head-
one because I was born in 95.
Yep,
Um,
21. 21.
I have no defense.
Yeah, that was weird.
I forgot it had
You
been
literally
more than 10
completely
years.
No, this will be the
since
22nd.
I do that all the time.
Really?
though.
Yes.
95.
Because you'll be 22 this
And
year.
that's
That's
Yep,
nine-
you're right.
It's older
95,
than you.
but
By
like-
like a
Anytime I
month.
see
5 years
something,
ago.
yeah, I was like, anytime I see something in the 90s, I'm like, oh, so it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I forget that.
In my head,
It
it's
is no longer.
2010.
Yeah.
Always.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Also,
Yeah.
I'm just a big idiot, so.
Hey, listen, if you guys listen to our Zelda podcast, you know that we all chose Zelda over math.
True. That's true.
Valid.
So.
What are your guys' thoughts on E3 being open to the public?
I want to go.
That's a way
yeah,
cool.
A big hell yeah.
Just a shout out to anyone out there who wants to send us.
Yeah.
We are all more than willing.
I've wanted to go since I
I will
started
miss
watching
school
back
for
in
this. And I don't miss school for anything.
We recently got a handheld camera, so we could, I don't know if we're even allowed to film the event, but we would try.
We will podcast.
Unless
Yeah.
it's not
crap.
allowed, we will not do that.
Yeah.
Well,
we're
the
not
thing
breaking
is,
the law.
the thing is, I've always loved E3. Last year at my school, I tried to do it as a project to cover E3, to do E3 coverage. But one, we weren't in Los Angeles, so we couldn't cover E3 there. And two, we were watching IGN's coverage of it, so we would have just been covering what IGN covered.
You're covering coverage.
Exactly. So
Do they
it's
not
like,
do a
so-
live?
They do
Okay,
yeah.
live streams of it, and we watched them. What happened was I threw a big event at my school where we had a lock-in sleepover 3 days in a row and watched all of the events one day after another. And in between the events, we played games, had pizza, partied, and watched movies.
You should do that again.
Why did my high school never do this?
Say they weren't as cool as us.
Yeah, they weren't as cool.
Because
I was
we
like,
weren't
because
running
they
your
weren't
high
there
school.
running it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and so we plan on doing that again, and hopefully we can throw an event like that. But my dream is that we don't throw one of those events and instead just go
Go to
to
E3.
LA
Yeah.
to
Oh, that's part of the
Yeah, it's
show.
a part of the
oh,
button,
got it.
yeah,
Got
see?
it. I thought it was just
I
a thing
know.
stuck to your shirt,
thought
but
you-
it was part
I
of the
was
shirt.
I thought you were gonna, for some reason, I thought you were gonna like pull a chest hair. I didn't know why.
like,
Out of nowhere.
Just ding.
Anyways, so we're very excited about E3. I'm more than stoked for Nintendo's anything because they're just gonna announce a bunch of new games for their Switch.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more Death Stranding. Hopefully we get some of that. And then
You
I'm
know.
really excited for Final Fantasy VII to get talked about. The Final Fantasy VII remake.
Did it get delayed? Like a
no,
bunch?
it never got. It never got.
didn't get a
announced.
date, did
Yeah,
it?
it didn't get a date.
Okay,
ever.
I
And
I'm
so
excited for Scalebound to come back.
Ha 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 ha.
None of this is connecting with me at all.
Actually, we can talk about Scalebound. This was a huge deal. Scalebound was announced back in 2014 at E3. It was
Okay.
a Microsoft exclusive.
Schuylar wet his pants. He was
Schuylar
so
wet his
excited for it.
pants, yeah.
Basically, it was a game where there was this guy, and he was mostly modern looking. He had headphones and a leather jacket and jeans and regular, normal, modern time shoes. But he had a sword, and then he rode a dragon. And then
that
he was
was
like,
And he
I'm
had
gonna,
bow and arrow, too.
yeah. And he was like, I'm gonna fight this other dragon. And then he puts on his headphones and awesome music starts playing. And then he fights a dragon. And I was like, this is literally me.
So
in a video game.
already you were really excited about the game just
You
knowing
fight
that.
dragons?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm a dragon slayer.
Wow.
I mean, have you ever seen a dragon?
The more you know.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
You're welcome.
don't do this.
Anyways, so we were very excited for the game, but on top of that, just premise being really, really cool looking or sounding and looking. It was made by the guys who made. It was made by Platinum Studios and the guy who did Bayonetta and stuff like that. You've never heard of Bayonetta?
No.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, that's okay.
But
The point is, it was going to be a really awesome
It
game.
was going to be a
There's
really
a lot of
awesome
good
game.
hype.
And then,
So what
and then they
happens?
were like, they didn't show it next year at E3, and then they showed it at Gamescom, and they were like, just so you know, it's also co-op. And they did this massive boss, and 4 people with their own characters and their own dragons.
Yeah, so like
that they
custom
trained.
characters, custom dragons, basically.
They
Dope.
Was
could
that
go
really
into
what
the other world and like help them fight other like bosses and stuff like that. And it was like, this is going to be the greatest game ever. And then I think a month ago, Microsoft was like,
Oh, by the way, it's canceled.
it canceled.
Why does that happen so much?
The
it's
theory
so
is
rampant.
that, or I mean, there's several reasons. First is that like something just isn't working creatively with the producers and the developers. Something isn't working with like the directors are having issues, or the writers are having issues, or they just like can't work it out. And so things will happen like that, and that's why you get games that are canceled. Sometimes there's not enough hype around it, so they'll cancel it. And then sometimes they're like, let's announce this really early in development, and then halfway through it's like it falls apart.
Okay.
And there are games that like never get announced that you're like, that would have been a cool game. For example, Mega Bloks was creating a Lego style Halo game where it would have been Halo in third person as little Mega Bloks, and you would have built things like in the Lego games. But we never saw that because they just decided not to do it. And it's like it just sucks when things get dropped like
Yeah.
that. But we're very sad about Scalebound. I have a working theory that Scalebound is going to be re-announced as a Nintendo Switch exclusive, because what they have said is that the reason that it was canceled was because Microsoft didn't have the all-in on Scalebound. They kept pushing it back on the release schedule because they were like, well, we'll just do this game instead, or this game instead. So they were like, well, they don't even care. So then they stopped doing it, and then it got canceled. But when Microsoft was asked if Scalebound would go to a different company or anything, they said, instead of responding with "Scalebound is our IP, we are not selling it, it's not up for bid," they went, "We do not discuss business deals at the time." Which, how cool would it be if Nintendo picked up that, especially knowing that Nintendo worked on Bayonetta 2 and that they helped produce that for Platinum. I just think that would
Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. We're good. Anyway,
7 days later.
it has not been 7. It's been... When did we record that?
It was Wednesday.
So it's only been like 3 days.
It's been long enough that all of the news that we had is no longer relevant, which is actually perfect because I can add in more news. We can just talk about
I
it.
think it's still relevant.
Some of it is.
Just talk about it.
Welcome back to the podcast. We recorded a second half of our podcast, and it disappeared.
It didn't disappear.
Due to no one's fault.
It
No,
broke
it didn't.
into pieces.
It didn't disappear. It broke into 100 5-second pieces on my laptop, and I tried to reassemble the half that we lost, and it took me 4.5 hours. And
It wasn't
It was
even-
not salvageable.
Yeah, so we're back. We're really sorry for uploading late, but we wanted to make sure you guys knew that we care about
I love
you
you.
guys. I love you guys so much. But it would have been silly to upload one half of the podcast that ended on such a weird sentence of me talking about Scalebound. So this is officially where we're picking up. Let's start with the next news story of the week, which I was excited to talk about last time, but I feel like we've already talked about it. I feel like we'll just try to rehash
Should I say-
everything we already talked about.
Amp it up again. Get excited.
Woo!
So I'm gonna explain the story of Final Fantasy 15,
Yeah, because that's what the next news story has to do with.
and because I have played it for sure,
Definitely.
just like how Alicia plays Fire Emblem,
Obviously.
clearly.
It's her favorite.
So basically, there's 4 characters: Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo.
Sorry.
This got
Pretty
way
sure.
better than last time's
And,
explanation.
Are they turtles?
Basically, no. Are you crazy?
A little bit.
They're a boy band.
Yeah, they're a boy band, and
Turtles can't be in a boy
Which one's the
band.
main
right.
character?
They could be ninjas.
they'd be a turtle band,
But
not a boy band.
Which one?
because turtles don't have gender. Well, maybe.
No, they do.
Skylar.
Yeah, why are
Stay
they
on
called
track.
human
We're
bands?
getting way.
Anyway,
What
So-
is the main character? Which one's the main character?
The main character is clearly Leonardo.
Okay.
And Leonardo, he's a prince, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, I think you're stupid," and so he runs away. But of course, his best friends come with him because why would they leave? And they go on this epic boy band road trip. There's a lot of singing in their
Sure.
convertible vehicle. Now they all also have like cool weapons and stuff, like swords.
Which ones did each person have?
They all have swords.
Okay.
All of them, so no variation in weapons.
No, Michelangelo punches.
Oh,
He has abs.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's the
Is he
big
the one with the shirt who's open and
Yeah,
okay?
obviously. That's how I
Okay.
know he has abs.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, so basically they just do a cross-country road trip, and you fight a bunch of monsters, and Leonardo can also summon gods,
Okay.
which are turtles, coincidentally.
Wow.
All the
I
gods
know.
are turtles.
Yep.
Do the turtle
Well, just like in
gods-
real life, God's a turtle.
But hold on. Do the turtle gods have abs? It's really important.
They
Yeah.
have like, you know, in like that show, that Ninja Turtle show.
Sorry.
You know how they're
can
like,
you explain that
their-
show to me as
their
well?
bottom half of the shell like kind of looks like abs.
No,
Well, it
Ew.
does. That Google it.
I will.
Yeah. Do you really not know?
Do you not know?
Well,
Have you
I
not
don't
seen
know
the
what
Ninja
you're
Turtles?
referring to.
Yeah, the
Ninja
Ninja Turtles. They
Turtles.
have like
Turtles.
the heart, like their chest.
Oh no,
and
I
stomach.
can't picture their
Does
abs.
it look like? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
it
I
looks
can't-
like
They
abs.
totally are drawn to look a little bit more like
muscular.
human physique and less turtle.
Everyone, my recent Google search is how tall is Evan Peters?
Important.
I was
Perfect.
watching American Horror Story.
You needed
obviously.
to know.
For those
Good.
of you wondering, he's 5'11" inches.
He's 5'11", yes. Okay, continue.
So yeah,
Yeah.
basically that's fire fantasy.
That's a pretty
Fantasy.
close explanation. You actually got the first half of the story correct.
He doesn't say, "You're stupid, Dad. I'm leaving." He says, "I am leaving, and you're also stupid, Dad." See, he's not leaving
so,
because his dad.
I mean,
is
that's
stupid.
really the only thing you
Yeah,
got
they're
wrong,
not
though.
connected.
Yeah.
That's the only
Correlation is
Yeah,
not
same.
causation.
Exactly.
But he, so the story of Final Fantasy is a long-running series, and each iteration of the game is different from the last
It's
one,
differenter and differenter.
And also the movies
So use correct English.
and also the movies
are completely weird.
So
That ghost
they
one?
don't. None
more
of the
flashbacks.
none of the Final Fantasy games go into one another. Like Final Fantasy 15 is a sequel to Final Fantasy 14, but not in the way that Finding Nemo 2 is a sequel to Finding Nemo. It's more in a way that like American Horror Story, Speak of the Devil,
It's an anthology
is an
series.
anthology series. Final Fantasy is an anthology series.
Hang on. So like on the Ninja Turtles, you can see they have like pectorals basically,
We'll post
And then they're
pictures
just
on our
drawn,
Twitter of the
more
Ninja Turtles.
ab like they have a more human physique.
Well, I'm freaked out now.
They're anthropomorphic animals. What were you
They're
expecting?
turtles.
They literally are mutant turtles. They turned into humans.
They're teenage mutant
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
I'm so sorry.
Can't
Okay.
forget one
I
of the
will make sure to
adjectives.
get
Going
that
through
right.
some changes.
Okay. Now, Shelby, I was going to ask, on the topic at hand, Final Fantasy, aren't there spin-offs, though, that are sequels, sort of? Or
Yes.
continuations?
So there are some continuations, like Final Fantasy X has Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, and Final Fantasy X-3. Final
Wow.
Fantasy 13 has a trilogy.
Whose idea was this? I want to punch them.
Oh, definitely Square Enix
They're a
and
mess.
Money. It was Money's idea.
Freaking
It's
money.
the marketing guy's idea.
That money added again.
Classic money.
So this game takes place in a completely alternate reality, not unlike our own, but very unlike our own. There
Yeah.
are cars, there are cities, there are
Or isn't that very like her? Do you say very
not
Anyway.
that is not very unlike our own, and also not like our own at all.
Okay.
He's
okay.
listing
I'm-
the similarities.
I've caught up
and then
with
he'll
you now.
list the
So,
differences,
Okay, I was
like
like-
the fact
there
that
are
everyone
cars.
has turtle names, and there are turtle gods.
There are cars, there are cities, there are futuristic things.
There
There's
are turtle
There's
gods.
cell phones.
There are
Turtle
not
gods.
turtle gods.
And then there are gods that you can summon, that Leonardo can summon, otherwise known as Noctis can summon.
turtle gods. Turtle.
There actually are no turtle gods. There are
Why?
many turtle villains, though.
Now I have the question: are the turtles gods just not turtly enough for the turtle
turtle
god?
god?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That was the worst.
All right. Okay.
Dana Carvey at his best, everyone.
We're talking about Final Fantasy, though. Why, Shelby?
So Final Fantasy 15, it came out in 2016, and it had been in development for 10 years at the time. Super duper exciting. Announced back in 2006 when nobody was on Facebook. IGN didn't have a website. We were how old? 11?
Was it? Wait, so it's
I
been in
was
development
12.
for.
I was 11.
Is it 10 years? How long it's been in
Yes,
development?
10 years.
Then yeah, we were 12
Yeah.
or 11.
Somebody look up 2006 movies that came out that year, and
That's
then
it.
we'll be really
This
thrown
is-
back.
10 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is 2006. Just type in 2006
Yo,
movies.
I was like 9.
Yeah, yeah. So the
Alicia's
game has been in
younger.
development for a very long time, and it was super well received when it came out. Well, not super well received, but well received when it
was
came
well
out.
received, yeah.
And I loved it. It was my second game of the year, my second place game of the year.
Nothing relevant.
Nothing relevant came out.
Superman Returns.
Oh wow.
So 2006 was a good year for cinema, for sure.
At least for DC.
Okay, top 100 movies of
Yeah.
2006.
Oh my
We'll
god.
see.
So you sift
The
through that
internet
list.
for me is not great
That's
as
fine.
of right now.
Sorry.
So come back to me.
We'll come back to you in a sec. But the game came out last year. It's super good. The main characters do definitely look like a boy band, and the reason that they look like a boy band, fun fact, is because back in 2006, that was the look and the style of like Japan.
Yeah, they're all like super like emo looking, but then they have these casual outfits and they look like 5 Seconds of Summer. Like they go from what did you say?
My
They went
Chemical
from
Romance.
Yeah, they went from My Chemical Romance and their casual outfits
You're right.
are 5 Seconds of Summer.
Yeah,
5 Seconds
for
of
sure.
Summer.
And the reason they do that is because in Japan, back in 2006, that was the look. But that at the time, they had already been like, here are the characters,
Yeah, and I feel like
and couldn't change it.
music was also at that point.
Yeah.
This when like the pop punk
Yeah.
was like
yes,
Yeah.
in its
Oh,
prime.
yeah.
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah,
all of
for
that
sure. So
good stuff.
the game's really, really good. It has a story, and the story is very convoluted, and that's kind of the worst part about it is the story, and because it's all about brotherhood, which I love. I love that. But the game, the director of the game, Final Fantasy 15, was asked if there would be a Nintendo Switch port, and a port is where you take one game on one console or computer and port it over to another console, and a port is like, you take all the mechanics of it and
Teleport it.
you basically teleport it to another console. And so the director of Final Fantasy 15 was asked if it was going to get a Switch port, and he flat out was like, no, the game is too big, it won't run. But then when he was pressed further, he was like, well, we haven't even done tests on it, so we'll have to do further tests to see if it'll run on the Nintendo Switch. But I can tell you from experience, I don't want to say it barely runs on the Xbox, but load times are forever. It's 30 frames per second, and there are many glitches, so I can't imagine it coming to the
30
Nintendo
frames
Switch.
per second, though, is not a game
That's not a
barely
big
running.
deal. That's not
Yeah.
a big deal, but like PlayStation 4 Pro, where it supposedly runs the best, it's getting, it's running
Yeah,
60 frames
yeah.
per second, and it looks gorgeous, and it can run 4K. But so I can't imagine it running on, last generation hardware.
Music that came out in 2006, almost none of these people are relevant anymore, except like Fergie.
Oh, wonderful.
Barely.
Yeah, and Justin Timberlake.
Did you say Blake?
No, I said Timberlake.
Timberlake?
No. That's when Sexy Back came back.
Oh,
was
wow.
2006.
See, no, I'm looking at the movies too, and I'm realizing I don't recognize any of these
Oh, come on.
except for Happy Feet and Over the Hedge, and I realized this because I was
You were
9.
You were 9 at the time.
I'm like, I don't know what any of these are.
What about
Charlotte's
Cars?
Yeah.
Web. Okay, Cars.
The Prestige.
Nope.
That was
Yep.
a good movie.
None of it.
Uh,
See, this is all the way at the bottom.
Whoa.
Like number one movie.
Casino Royale.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, you don't remember like
Pan's
007
Labyrinth.
Casino Royale?
I remember
The
it was a thing,
Departed.
and I
People
saw
know
it.
The Departed,
Borat.
right?
Man, 2006 was wild.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It was wild.
Lassie.
Oh man.
Lassie, you got 93%. We should watch that.
There was one that got 100, and it was like Deliver Us from Evil, which I
Oh.
feel like I've seen.
Yeah, Deliver Us
Sounds
from
like
Evil.
a horror movie.
But I got 100%. How?
Okay, wait. You didn't do "Welcome to the Black Parade" as a relevant song that came in
Chemical
2000?
Romance.
This isn't like the Rock
I
and Roll
missed that
Hall
one.
of Fame.
Sorry.
Anyways,
That's top 100. I'm not going to get all of them.
Final Fantasy came out, it started a while ago. Let's look back at 2006. But let's move on to the next thing. We were going to talk about Fire Emblem Heroes this week as part of the news, but
we
talked
already
about
did.
We talked about it last in
No,
the
in the
last
first half.
hour in the
Yeah.
first half that we recorded.
There's gonna be updates, and that's
There's
about
gonna be
it.
updates, yeah.
And it came out.
Yeah, it came out. Let's talk about Neo. You guys now you guys have heard of this game. I've told you about it, but when we recorded originally, have you had any other thoughts or seen anything else about it?
Is that the one that you showed us the trailer for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, right.
you said it's by the same people that made Ninja Gaiden, and I played Ninja Gaiden on the PlayStation when my dad worked for a local school district, and one of the schools, for some reason, had like 20 PlayStations, like the first ones, and they were giving them away. So he got like 4. Wow. And we only had like the super dumb educational games, so we went out and like bought like $1 PlayStation 1 games, and Ninja Gaiden was one of them.
Nice.
So you remember Ninja Gaiden? It's super duper hard.
Is that
Yeah.
And it's known for being hard.
is that the fighting game, but you're like ninjas? I never played that.
That was
You know,
like the.
that's about my
that's-
knowledge of it too. That's
Yeah.
what I'd assume.
Here's all
I've
you.
heard of it. But
Here's first of all, big game of gaming history. That's how Team Ninja got their name, was Ninja Gaiden, and
Okay.
Team Ninja.
I don't.
they made
think
Ninja
something
Gaiden.
That's it.
No, they also here. I'll look it up a little bit, but they also
apparently
made like
Neo too. So.
yeah, they made Neo, but
I
Ninja
think I
Gaiden is
looked it
known
up
for
last time.
Ninja Gaiden is known for being really hard, and so it was like take the guys who made Ninja Gaiden and put them on a Dark Souls inspired game.
Oh no.
So just imagine the hell that you have to go through.
I tried playing Dark Souls because my brother forced me, and I got past the first boss, and it took me like 4 tries.
You got past the
Oh,
first
I
boss?
did.
Yeah, I did.
I literally
Wow.
have tried over 100 times.
I played that game for like an hour, and then I was like, I'm not having fun, and this sucks, and I
Yeah.
stopped.
Well, I got past. Maybe it wasn't the first boss, like a mini boss or something. I don't even remember. But I got past the boss, and then I didn't save at the thing
Oh,
because my brother thought it
no.
would be funny not to tell me that like that's where you're supposed to save at, is those little like campfire thingies.
You have been wronged.
And I died, and I was like, I'm done.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not doing
never
that
again.
again.
We've actually talked about the people who made, we've talked about Team Ninja before on the podcast. So they made the Dead or Alive series, and then they made Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
You guys have heard of Dead or Alive, right?
Yes.
Then they made Metroid Other M, which
Oh, I remember. I looked this up last time,
we'll
and I
talk
remember
about.
seeing that.
We'll talk about Metroid Other M at a later date because I have a lot to
There
say.
should
about
Or we
that.
could never.
Or we could never talk about it. No, it's important to talk about
No,
it.
let's do
It's
a
important to-
podcast that is 100% just a rant about Other M for Shelby.
it could literally just be me talking.
Say
You guys
it's
don't
just
have to
me,
be there.
Shelby.
Yeah, but they also made Hyrule Warriors.
Ooh.
Oh,
And,
really?
And they are making
are they the
Did
Warriors
they do all the
people?
Destiny Warriors or just Hyrule?
just
Warriors?
Hyrule Warriors,
That's
and then they're
weird.
making Fire Emblem Warriors.
what the hecky?
So
Okay, cool.
they
and
they
okay,
make good games.
and they're making Neo. Okay, so let's
they
talk
made
about
Neo.
what exactly Neo is.
So let's talk about Dark Souls first. Dark Souls came out in sometime, and it is a game.
stop
that
bringing
is-
up things that we need to fact
I know,
check.
I know. It is a game that is known for being very difficult. It doesn't really teach you how to play the game.
Nope.
It just expects you to know, and it is brutal. But it is known because you go through each level and each boss, and then you'll die over and over and over again. And then eventually, when you do kill the boss, you get this. It's almost like a drug. You get this immense satisfaction. with
I
like-
don't.
Oh, I did
'Cause
when
I never
when
beat the
played it,
boss.
but I never beat the boss either. So when I beat any enemy, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So it's a game sort of like that where you go in and it's known for being difficult. Like it prides itself on that, and so Neo is similar to that in that it has very similar gameplay and very similar third person style and a very dark atmosphere
Gritty,
around it,
yeah.
gritty atmosphere.
demons, yeah.
And there's demons and stuff like that. But in it being different, there's a lot of humor in it. The story is there's a lot more cutscenes in it.
Say what the story's about.
It came out in 2011, by the way.
Dark
Dark
Souls?
Souls?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. 2011 is a long time
September
ago.
22nd.
I feel like
Yeah,
it's
like
been
six-
plaguing
that's 6
the mortal
years.
world
6 years, yeah.
for so much longer than that.
Oh, well, it's actually based on hell itself. So.
Yeah.
Well, it
it's
also
been,
wasn't the
the
first game.
concept's been thrown
They
around
found
for a while.
some hell, and they just like put it in disc form, and we're like, look at this game it made.
Press,
And I
yeah.
guess they found some more, and they created Neo.
Yeah.
Did these people also create Bloodborne? Is that the one
Yes.
that's okay?
And Bloodborne it came out when the PlayStation 4 came out, and
Oh.
everybody loves it.
Yeah.
In fact, they
My
say
brother
that
got
if
it.
you have a PlayStation and you haven't played that game, you're dumb. And
Oh, no.
I have a PlayStation. I haven't
And you
played
don't
it yet.
really have a PlayStation. You just
Yeah.
have a console that plays some games.
Do you want your headset?
Except it doesn't.
Don't bring it up.
It doesn't play games right now, and
I don't wanna do it.
that makes me sad. But that's neither here nor there. If anybody wants to sponsor a new hard drive for a PlayStation 4, email us or tweet us or call us at. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna.
All of our
Call us toll
Yeah.
free at 1-800-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Anyway, so what's Neo about?
Neo is about a character named William who. William Shakespeare. No,
Yep.
he's William,
Wonderful.
and he.
Wizard.
Wizard.
He's a very wizard person. He's from Britain. And
He's not a wizard. He's
he
a
moves.
ninja.
He moves to Japan to become the first
Isn't he a
Western samurai.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the story of
Geralt of Rivia from Witcher 3.
or Hohenheim. From
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
Metal Alchemist.
So
We're
what
trying to
saying-
bring all these jokes we made back into this podcast, and it's
I'm still lost.
You've already been a part of this entire conversation.
Is
know,
this like
I'm
Groundhog Day for you?
I was lost the first time,
Yeah.
and I'm still lost.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, this is.
I'm sure there's a
fine.
good
I'm
chunk of
learning
our
a lot.
audience that's lost too. But Neo, it opened. It was in development for 13 years, longer. But I hadn't even heard of it until I saw the trailer, and then all of a sudden people were giving it amazing reviews, 9s and above from pretty much everybody, and it's super good apparently. So I thought we could talk about it a little bit. It's a big deal that a game from 13 years ago is now out. So
Yeah. And it's cool. And
It's-
the main guy looks like
well, yeah, and
Geralt,
from afar
but-
it would look like a Witcher 3 fan game.
but it's based in, like on a true story. But it's
Very
but
loosely.
you know, it's sprinkled with some supernatural stuff.
Sprinkled.
So with a dash of demons. At least that's what the recipe calls for.
Also, last thing on the list of news, which isn't really news anymore, it's more just things that existed. Unless we already talked about this in the first half, but the Gulf War Game Boy.
Yeah, we had talked about that.
Oh.
This is embarrassing for you. Quickly, Alicia, talk about Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, that's our retro review.
God dang it.
It's the only way to save us. Hurry.
So I'm pretty sure, as you guys know, probably from the first half, I've been playing Donkey Kong Country on the SNES, but I play it on the Wii because I just downloaded it.
So it was a port from the SNES onto the
Shut
Wii.
up.
Wow, look at that. Exactly.
And now you guys know what port is. You're
Wow.
welcome.
Real world
Learning.
examples.
I'll leave. I'll go.
Anyway, so I'm so stuck on one level and I can't get past it. And
Are
I'm
you
so
still?
sad. Yes.
3 days later?
Yep.
You
Yep.
wanna
It's
talk
a
about
snowy. No, it's hard.
I don't think I
like-
ever beat the
It's
new
a
one on the
snowy
Wii.
level, and once you get to the snowy levels, it's just downhill from there. And so I'm not excited.
Is it a level where you're on the carts and you have to
No,
like
that's
okay.
it's past
I
that.
love those.
So it's
Those
a
are
bunch
so
of
good.
going through this level and jumping on jumping on like the vultures before they kill you and
Do things get icy in Donkey Kong? Like, do you slip or anything?
No.
Okay, I was just
no,
curious. I've never
but
played
the,
a Donkey Kong
the,
game.
The underwater levels are similar to that, and I loathe them because you don't stop. When you stop swimming, you don't stop swimming. You just like keep going.
Oh.
But anyway, I really like the game. I'm just real stuck, and I went online because I was so frustrated, and I was like, speedruns, how do people do this, right? And then I found the speedrun, and they completed the entire game in like 8 minutes, I think. And one of the levels, which was one of the cart levels, I figured out how he did it. So one of the gophers came down, and he jumped behind it and ran into the back of it. And Diddy Kong just did front flips until the end of the level. And I was like, oh, okay.
I love speedruns. I think speedruns are the best. In fact,
Exploiting holes in games.
yeah,
yeah.
exploit because
Using
it's part of the art of the game. It's
tools,
like
too?
it's like in a movie where you see like the flaws in them, like somebody in Harry Potter. There you
Yeah.
can see a camera sometimes, and that's like I love that shit because it's behind the scenes.
My brother today actually took me in his room and he's like, watch these speedruns with me. And I was like, okay. So we watched Portal, which this
was
one,
it 13 minutes?
yes.
Yeah,
I
and he
think
does it with only like 5 portals or 13 portals or
15
something.
portals,
Yeah.
15 portals, and he uses the radios that you
Yes.
can find
And
in
to
each
jump on
level,
them. I
and he
watched
jumps
that the
on
other
them.
day.
My favorite thing though is when he throws them in the doors.
Yep.
Because he doesn't even use the cube. He just stands on the button to open the door, and he chucks the radio in
And
the
it stops
door,
the door
and
from
it
closing.
stops the door.
Make you
So you
get
don't
through.
even actually have to do the puzzle. You can just walk
Yeah.
through the
That's
thing.
amazing.
It's amazing. It's one of the coolest videos
played
I've ever
the
seen.
entire 15 or the entire game of Portal
Mm-hmm.
using 15 portals. And actually, if you've noticed, I'm pretty sure we watched the same one.
Yeah, we did for sure.
It's actually like a segmented one. So like this player did this puzzle the fastest, and then they had different players and put it all together. So
That's
it's like
really cool.
best possible outcome, kind of,
Yeah.
for that speedrun.
awesome.
So
That's
we watched-
amazing.
We watched that one, and then we also watched a bunch of people play like a Punch-Out blindfolded, and I watched Ocarina of Time blindfolded.
Yeah, that's
And
an amazing
That's
video.
That's
Yeah.
so difficult, and I kind of figured out sort of how they do it. So
Yeah.
they like find the wall, and then they use the pause button a lot, and I cannot figure out why they use the pause button. He literally paused 10 times in a row, and I was like, what are you doing? And I couldn't figure it out. It's really cool.
Actually, I have a funny story about the blindfolded playthrough.
Yeah, but
and-
when they do that, it's so much fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do it for hundreds of speedrunners. Seriously, this guy's $1,000.
Some really good examples of speedruns you should watch. There's one that's a Twisted speedrun of Super Metroid. They do it in, I think it's 25 minutes, maybe more, and it's a it's so cool. Another one that's really good is Pokemon Yellow playthrough. That one was too much. Any Super Crisis so much fun. And then my personal favorite is the blindfold. He's playing through it, he's doing really, really well, and then he discovers a new glitch, and he goes through a wall, and he's in this blackness and on top of the level, and he's
Which game?
for Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
And he does it, and then he just stops and he puts down the controller and he's like,
I don't know where I am.
I don't know where I am. And then he picks it back up and starts swinging around. He's like, I have to take off the blindfold. I literally
Yeah,
can't.
he's like,
He takes it off and he's like, how am I on top of the level?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite videos.
I think I've seen, because I actually watched a compilation video of the 15 best moments with blindfolded gaming.
Yeah.
And I think I did see that one.
Yeah.
And wasn't he climbing up, I think there was one similar,
Yeah,
honestly.
no,
he was
it-
climbing
yeah.
up one of the fences, I guess it's not a fence, whatever. He was climbing up something, and a bat Keese came up and hit him, and he fell out of the level, and he was on top of the level.
Yeah.
And he was like, guys, I don't know where I am. And it's just so funny how disorienting it is. And I love that they do it with all of these people behind them, but they're not allowed to talk to them.
Yeah.
And so you see the reactions of people,
Yep.
but and there's one point where he discovered the item, right, that he was looking for, and this guy in the back holds up a sign that's just of this dude's face. And then he just brings it back down. And I was like, what was
Naturally.
the point of that?
I love it.
Anyway,
But
so
it was
Donkey
so
Kong.
fun.
Donkey Kong
What would you rate
Country.
Donkey Kong Country?
Okay. I'm so frustrated with it right now. Okay, so overall as a game, I would give it probably a 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That might have gone down from the last time.
It
It
had.
did
It had.
because
You
you
have-
ended with 7.5.
No,
yeah.
because
Or no, you
at
ended
first you
with
said
7.8.
8, and then we asked about the water.
yeah. So how much
The
water?
water. There was a little too much.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's
Too
what
much.
dropped
In
it.
snow form.
7.5.
So now,
out of
what
10.
with too much water in snow form?
What
does
did I
it
give
get?
it a
7.5 out of 10.
7.2.
So 7.2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Too much water.
That gasp
Little
hit my
little
throat.
too much water.
All right. Thank you for listening to General Gaming Goods. You can find us on Twitter as @GGamingPodcast and YouTube, SoundCloud, and CastBox as General Gaming Goods or Vala Entertainment. Remember to follow, like, and subscribe, and whatever else it is you do when you want to hear more. My name is Shelby Saxton.
I'm Summer Castleman.
I'm Schuylar Hudson.
And I'm Alicia Johnson.
Thanks for listening.
GG.
I didn't say it. I'm sorry.
Every time.